Okay, so let's start the first lecture. And the objective of today's lecture is to understand the basic about the chemistry and its branches. So we will discuss about what is the chemistry and how many are there further sub branches of the chemistry. And in a very simple way. So the first look at what is the chemistry? It is a study of the three things. One is the composition, properties, and transformation of the matter. So basically, in chemistry, we discuss three types of these things. The first is the composition. What do you mean by the composition? I'm going to describe over here. And properties mean there are several type of the properties, but we will discuss very briefly about the physical properties or the chemical properties. What is they look like? How can you see by just visualization whether they are hard or the soft, whether they are colored or the colorless? These are the physical properties, and somehow they are the chemical properties, and then the transformation of the matter. Matter means anything that is going to exist. We are also a matter. So transformation is from one form to another form. Let's suppose it is the solid. When you give the temperature to this matter, it is converted into the liquid. So this is called the transformation of the matter. So before going to the further discussion on the sub branches of the chemistry, I'm going to show to explain all these three components of the chemistry. That this is the periodic table, you know, and there are the several elements. All these are the different elements which are placed over here. This arrangement is called the periodic table, and it is starting with one is the hydrogen and ending with this element. You may say this is the lawrencium, atomic number is 103. Okay, so you do not need to remember all these the name of the elements, but to understand over here, we have defined that the chemistry is the science dealing with the composition, number two, properties, and number three, transformation of the matter. So just look, because this is all about the chemistry. If you understand this one, then you can easily understand the rest of the course. So first is the composition. What does it mean, the composition? Let's suppose all these are the individual elements, and when they join together, they form a different molecules. And you can say, let's suppose what is the composition of once you have prepared a solution. You prepare a syrup with the sugar. So you put some sugar inside the water, and I say what is the composition of this solution. You can say this is the composition having the water and the sugar. Two components are there, two molecules are there. So this is the composition of that particular type of the solution. And if you can mix any of the, let's suppose I'm going to mix, this is the sodium, and here this is the chloride, and when they join together, it forms a sodium chloride. And sodium chloride, you know, this is the salt which you are going to use in your daily life as well. So salt, table salt is the sodium chloride. So what is the composition of the salt? It is it consists the two elements. One is the sodium and other one is the chloride. So this is the first part of the definition of the chemistry. The composition means when different elements join together, you have to describe what type of the elements or the molecules are going to join to give you the final solution or the final compound. That is called the composition. Actually, what you are wearing, as for this cloth, what is the composition? Maybe it is the polymer or the cotton or different types of the dyes. You can name several dyes because it depends on the color. So this is all about, it is called the composition. Clear? Now, second is the properties. Here, according to your course, we will only discuss three major properties. That means three states of matter. One is the solid, liquid, and the gas. And properties are, as I have said before, some properties are the physical properties. Like you can say either what type of the properties this mobile phone is having. This is the solid. Okay, you can say this is the physical property because you just have a look at this mobile, and then you can say this is the solid, this is also solid. And if I say what is the shape of this one, that's what this is cylindrical shape, this is the cubical shape, whatever it is, this is called the physical properties. And what about the chemical properties? Now, what is actually the composition of making up this one? That's what it is, the composition of steel and iron, or some sort of the polymers are there. Okay, this is the chemical composition. Physical properties, which you can just look and you can define, this is the physical properties. But the chemical properties, you cannot say by just looking at the object. You have to have a composition determined by the different techniques, and this is the chemical composition. Okay. Now the third one is the transformation of the matter. That means one matter is converted into the other matter. So this is, I'm going to play this one. Let's suppose these are the gas, solid, and the liquid. Solid, liquid, and the gas. The colors are shown over here, and these are also shown in the periodic table. Let's suppose this is the color for the liquid. Here they are showing these are only 3 elements at this temperature are in the liquid state. Okay, and this is the gas, and the gases are given over here. Okay, and these are the solids. Solids are here, and you just imagine gas, liquid, and the rest of the solids. But at 0 temperature. When the temperature rises, then of course, or these solids will be converted into the liquid because they are going to melt. When you further increase the temperature, actually you are giving the heat. When you give the heat, that is now the liquid will be converted into the gases. So there is a simple example. Let's suppose if you freeze the water in your freezer, it is in the ice is in the solid form, and when you take out from the freezer at room temperature, let's suppose this is the 25 degrees centigrade, of course it will melt. So that means solid is converted into the liquid by the absorption of the heat. And if you further provide the heat to the liquid, let's suppose if you put the water on the oven, it is going to evaporate. That means liquid now is converted into the steam or the gases. So this is only the temperature which is actually going to convert one form of the matter to another form. So let's have a look in this periodic table. I'm going to start. Now see what is happening with this. Now from the solids, the colors which were for solid are converted into the liquid. And when the temperature increasing, temperature is shown over here, it is going to increase. And when it is increased, then these brown colors is converted into this light green color, that is the gases. So this is the transformation of the matter. It is up to 6,000 Kelvin. Now see what is at the end. Now it is going to be reversed, and you can further visualize actually now the gases are converted first into the liquid, and then liquid is converted into the solids. So this is all about the definition of the chemistry. Okay, so it is the composition, properties, and transformation of the matter. Very simple. And actually branches are coming out of this definition. If you understand this definition, then you can easily understand what type of the branches are there within the chemistry. Okay, is there any question? So let's move further. Okay. So now the branches of the chemistry. Today we will only discuss the branches, then we will move on the rest of the course. There are 5 major branches. Again, very simply, you will understand. There is no need to memorize actually to have in your mind. Let's look at in how many ways I am going to explain. Just keep in mind, and you can write in your own words. Whatever, I'm not expecting you just write on what is written in the books. What I'm going to explain, you can write in your own words. You would get the 100% marks. There will be no deduction of the marks. Actually, we want to convey you the knowledge, not to memorize all these. Okay, these are the 5 major branches. And again, this is the first one is the organic, inorganic, analytical, physical, and biochemistry. And we are offering the major in all these 5 branches. Some students are getting specialization in organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, analytical chemistry, physical chemistry, or the biochemistry. Okay, let's start with one by one. The first one is let me first show you again. Sorry. I think this is not going to be shown. Let's have a look again. This periodic table. Stop this. So it is very easy to understand the branches of chemistry as well by keeping this periodic table. So there are from 1 to here, there are 103 elements with this periodic table. So major elements are the which are going to be exist in the nature in more abundance. There are hydrogen. As we consider the number of the molecules or their importance in chemistry, and the carbon. Okay. And the rest, these are the 2 main elements of the periodic table. And because hydrogen is everywhere, whenever we have the molecules, hydrogen attached to that and give you the different composition of the molecules. But important over here is one is the carbon, and rest all are the other elements. So the first branch of the chemistry, which is going to discuss only the carbon atom, that is called the organic chemistry. Okay. What is the organic chemistry? The chemistry dealing with the carbon compounds is called the organic chemistry. I'm going to the real definition later, but just have a look overview. Actually, what are the 5 branches of chemistry, and look at this periodic table. Okay. So one carbon is skipped. Only the chemistry of the carbon, you can say this is the organic chemistry. Just you can write down like this. Okay. So what are about the other elements? The chemistry of all other elements is called the inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry is all these metals other than the other than the carbon, that is called the inorganic chemistry, which is you can also prepare your own notes. So carbon is the organic chemistry, other elements inorganic chemistry. So what is 3 branches are left now? It is the first is the analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry actually dealing with the both organic chemistry or the inorganic. Actually, all of these are the chemistry of all these elements. So we have decided at the first instance that chemistry of the carbon is the organic chemistry, and the rest of all elements are covered under the inorganic chemistry. So periodic table is actually covering the major 2 branches of chemistry. Now, what is the physical chemistry or analytical chemistry or the biochemistry? So the first, let's suppose we call it the analytical chemistry. What is the analytical chemistry? It is going to cover all the elements. So what is the difference between the analytical with the organic and analytical with the inorganic chemistry? So analytical chemistry is coming from the analysis. As the word is giving you the indication, analytical means analysis. And analysis means you analyze something. Like let's suppose if I say, okay, do you have a pen? Yes or no? You can give the 2 answers only. Yes or no. So this is in analytical chemistry, we say this is the qualitative analysis. What is this is called? Qualitative analysis. That means you just say, okay, you have or you don't have this type of the whatever I will ask. Okay. Another, now I changed my question. How many pens you have? Do you have? I have only one. Okay. Or only two. Now this is giving you the quantitative analysis. Okay. If you want to buy a sugar from any shop, first instant is you can ask, do you have a sugar? The shopkeeper will tell you, okay, yes, we have or we don't have. So this is the qualitative. And then if you want to buy, okay, give me a 1 kilogram of the sugar. No, the word is focusing that, no, this is the quantity. You are showing the, or you are mentioning the quantity of that particular object. That is called the quantitative analysis. So analytical chemistry is all about the qualitative and quantitative analysis of any of the element or any of the composition. Clear? Qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis is called the analytical chemistry. Now we have covered the three branches of chemistry. The fourth one is left, that is called the physical chemistry. Again, the name is giving you the indication, like analytical chemistry, it is the physical properties. If you can differentiate the molecules or the elements or the compound with different physical appearance, their properties, that comes under the physical chemistry. And now the fourth one is the biochemistry. Bio is the word coming from the biological system. That means the living things. If you are going to study the living things, even all these carbon, if carbon, let's suppose this is also a carbon, and this will come under the heading of the organic chemistry. This is the carbon, okay? And we have in our biological system, the carbon is also there, like along protein molecules. If you are going to consider to study the protein, then it will come under the biochemistry because carbon is there also, okay? So for the living things, that we are going to consider under the heading of the biochemistry, okay? So now I have explained all these things. Just I'm going to show you the exact definitions of these all 5 branches of chemistry and their sub branches. Okay, organic chemistry. Again, it is a chemistry of the carbon and the hydrogen, or basically because carbon will not be alone. To compensate the their bonding, hydrogen is always there, as I have already explained before. Hydrogen is everywhere. So it is the chemistry of the carbon. It is called the organic chemistry. So these are the further sub branches of the organic chemistry. Only I have given the 3 branches. So it is easy to understand. Just look at the names of these branches and you can easily define what is the actually the definition of this branch of the chemistry. Let's suppose, and these are very helpful also because you are going to have such type of the terms in your daily life as well. You buy a drug or you want to contact with the doctor, you must use or the appropriate term that is going to be discussed over there. Okay. So that's what this is the medicinal chemistry. That means it is the design, development, and synthesis of the medicinal drugs. That means let's say paracetamol, Panadol, all these things are going to be discussed under the heading of the medicinal chemistry. So, because the purpose of these slides actually to show you there is a lot of literature is there, and now if you want to study, and particularly the chemistry student, they are going to select a very narrow point of the chemistry to further explore what the rest of the world have already done the research on particular area. Okay, so medicinal chemistry is the study of the medicinal drugs. Organometallic chemistry, again here you can say, just look at the word. Organic is the chemistry of the carbon, and metallic is the metals, as I have shown you before. There are the product table, there are the metals, solids, liquid, and the gases. Some are the metals, some are the non-metal. And the word is giving you the indication. Organic metal is the compound containing bonds between carbon and the metal. As the word is also giving you the indication what is the study is this. Like this, organo is the carbon, metal is the metal. There are the elements present in the metal form, and the study is called the organometallic chemistry. Again, polymer chemistry, this is also widely used, the chemistry of the polymers. Polymers mean long chain molecules. Like the plastic is made up of the polymers. The polymer is even, this is the hot area in today research. So the study of the polymers or the chemistry of the polymers is called the polymer chemistry. So we have already defined inorganic chemistry is the study of the inorganic compounds or the compounds except organic compounds. That means except the carbon atom. I have already defined. Except the carbon atom, all this study is called the inorganic chemistry. And there are the further sub branches of the chemistry. The first one is the bio-inorganic chemistry. Again, bio means the living things. Organic is the, sorry, inorganic is the metals or the other than the carbon atom. So the study is called the interaction of the metal ions with the living tissue. So let's suppose if you drink a water having a poison or having a heavy metal, let's suppose if it's a toxic elements are there, maybe the cerium or the cobalt or the zinc, there are a lot of elements. If it's going to exist to the certain limit, if you drink, what is happening in your body, they are going to interact with the living system to attach with the proteins or the other molecules present in the body. So such type of study is called the bio-inorganic chemistry. Bio is the living, inorganic is the other than the carbon, that means the metals. Again, this is the geochemistry. Geo is referring to the rock, minerals, and the atmosphere. Really, whatever you can see in mountains or the hilly areas, all study of such type of the rocks or the material is called the geochemistry. Nuclear chemistry is also coming from the nuclear. You already know atomic bomb or the hydrogen bomb, say, and this study of the radioactive substance is called the nuclear chemistry. Nuclear is the radioactive, like uranium. You know enrichment of uranium and the world politics are going on, and this study is called the nuclear chemistry. Third, again we have explained analytical chemistry is the qualitative and quantitative determination. Yes or no, or with the specific amount, how much do you have? This study is called the analytical chemistry. And these are the sub branches of the analytical chemistry. I have mentioned only two. Forensic chemistry, this is the very attractive word. You know, forensic means the crime investigation. So chemistry is going to help to investigate the crime, that is called the forensic chemistry. Simple. And environmental chemistry, again, this is all about the environment. So it is the study of the chemical and biochemical phenomena that occur in the environment. And environment is it may be atmospheric, mean this gases, aquatic, water, and the soil. So atmosphere is the combination of the three components: atmospheric, aquatic, and the soil. If you study all these phenomena in the environment, that is called the environmental chemistry. And the fourth one is the physical chemistry. Again, physical coming from the physical properties of the substance, that is called the physical chemistry. And these are the further three sub branches of the chemistry. Again, how can you understand if photo mean light? And the study of the chemical changes caused by the light. The light is interact with any matter. This is going to do some sort of the chemical reaction as well. Like if you are exposed to the UV light coming from the sun, of course, there are certain changes in the skin. And this type of study is called the photochemistry. Photo is the light, So the interaction of the light with the matter, this study is called the photochemistry. Again, surface chemistry, it is the surface of any material. The reaction are occurring at the surface of the substance, only on the surface. Like this is the surface, this is the surface. Okay, if you put some chemicals over there, then there is the reaction on the surface of the material, not inside or the out of the surface of this substance. Only at the surface of the substance, then this chemistry is called the surface chemistry. And the chemical kinetics, it is also coming from the words kinetics is the change or the rate, that means movement. And these are called the rate of the chemical reaction. If you study the rate of the chemical reaction, that comes under the heading of the chemical kinetics. Let's so what does it mean, the rate of chemical reaction? If you let's suppose if you mix acid with the base, sodium hydroxide or HCl, then there is the sudden reaction. Okay, and this is called the fast reaction. And if you if I put the acid over here on this mobile phone or on this wood, then there is a very slow reaction as compared to the acid and the base reaction. And what is this? Slow and fast is the rate. So slow and fast is the rate. If you study the rate of the reaction, that is comes under the heading of the chemical kinetics. The last one is the biochemistry. Again, I have explained before, bio is coming from the living things. If you study the chemical reaction that taking place in the living things, this study is called the biochemistry. If not, let's suppose in the living thing, then it may be called the organic chemistry, because this is also chemistry of the carbon compounds. So these are the three sub branches of the chemistry. Genetics is the study of the genes and in the living organism, and as the word is going to give you the indication what study it is called. Pharmacology is the study of the mechanism of drug action. Again, if you take a paracetamol or the Panadol or any of the drug into the body, then it will going to hit some sort of the cells in the body. Okay, so this is called the drug action. Let's suppose if it is a cancer patient and he or she is going to take the drug, and that drug is going to hit that particular cancer cell. So this is the action or the mechanism of the drug. That's why this branch of chemistry under the heading of the biochemistry is called the pharmacology. And last one is the toxicology. If you study the effect of the poison on the living system, that is called the toxicology. Toxicology, how much it is toxic. If you drink or if you take even some medicine having these side effects, they are toxic to some of the healthy cells as well. If the cancer patient is taking drug against the cancer cells, they are also going to damage the healthy cells as well. Okay, so actually this side effect is called the toxicology. So there is that's why we have this separate branch of the chemistry which is going to affect the poisons in the living organism, that is called the biochemistry. So this is all about our today lecture, and we have studied the chemistry and their 5 major sub branches and further 1 or 2 branches in each of the sub branch. Okay, if you have any confusion or the question, you are most welcome to ask. We have the time.